Welcome to another edition of Late Night Wire Rapping. I will be your host, Mr. Late Night Wire Rapper. Now, unfortunately, our original host that usually attends this broadcast had to be fired because he was stealing too many lunches out of the company fridge in the break room. So they replaced me with him. And fortunately, my name also happens to be Late Night Wire Rapper, just like the previous host. So hopefully y'all won't be too confused by the changes around here, especially since my hands seem to look identical to his. Anyway, I was looking through my supplies I brought home and realized I didn't really bring anything good home. Now, I did leave some nice 20 gauge wire in the car, but I don't want to go back there now because it's sleepy time and I'm tired. I don't have my shoes on, so I thought, you know what? I'll just take what's here. Now, I don't know where this red wire came from because this is not an earth tone, and I prefer to use earth tone colors that are made by natural wire in all of its various shades of tarnation as it tarnates. You know, when it says non-tarnished wire, that's to keep the wire from tarnating, because, you know, what in tarnation would you do if your wire starts to tarnate when it's not supposed to? Anyway, this is a very unnatural space age color. This is kind of like a sci-fi freaky red. It's kind of a dark maroon. It's not totally crazy. It has a little bit of a earth tony brown to it, you know, although it definitely is red. So what is this called? It's burgundy. So anyway, I'm going to take some of this burgundy wire and we're going to see what we can do with this 18 gauge. Now, I didn't bring home much good stuff. I was looking through what's left here. And this is a couple of agate pieces we had. Now, purple on red, that'd be kind of wild. So what else do we have here? This dark orange. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. You know what? I'm just going to stick with this very dark blue agate. So you see there, it's actually it's quite blue, but when I put it on here, it almost looks black. So I just want you to remember that it's blue, even though your eyes might be deceiving you. Okay, let's see. It's 18 gauge. Let's I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing here, and so I just want to tell all of you that I know you needed to have another late night wire rapping. I know you were getting the urge to have your fixing taken care of because it's been a while and you're kind of missing out. So I'm here for you all. I'm sorry that other guy had to be let go, but you know, had to happen sooner or later. He was just getting away with too much. So anyway, I'm going to bring this stone to the middle, as the previous guy used to say, the middle of our wire. What did we cut? We cut about a meter, about three feet for you American folk. And then we're going to go to, you know, bend it, crimp it, like the other guy used to say. And I'm just going to do like the normal stuff I always do. If you hear the wire making all this banging sound, it's because I don't have much room here. This is a lamp table. This is not like a professional setup. I don't know how they stuck me in these conditions, but I'm going to talk to my agent and I'm calling the union. But anyway, make yourself a loop. And you kind of roll it until it's like, you know, the size you want. You could go backwards if you want it bigger. You can go forwards. You can just play around with this loop. And then you push from this side. Oh, look, that loop's all sticking out like we don't like it to. So we pull it back some more. There we go. But now it's too big, so we roll it some more. Basically, you're in charge of the loop. You tell the loop it's going to be the way you want it to be, and that's just how it's going to be. Now, I don't know what I'm doing, so I better make a loop at the bottom in case I need to anchor something. And I'll make a smaller loop at the bottom because now I'm just going to make the same size because I don't even know which side is going to be the bottom or the top for real, I'll tell you. And, okay. So we got a loop and a loop, right? Just playing with that some more. And this is 18 gauge, a little heavier than we're used to. We're going to bring that around. Let's just do the thing where we wrap it around the edge and give it like a, you know, like it has a perimeter, like it's protected from all who would seek to harm it. Okay. And then carefully, we're holding it tight because when you try to put it on the edge, sometimes it tries to slip all over the place. And we're going to start to scarf that one side. I'm going to start to scarf this other side. And I didn't think this is going to be a pattern that some of you are familiar with. But there's some new people. So I want to welcome the new people to the channel. Welcome, new people. If you haven't seen this pattern before, you might be pleasantly surprised. If you have seen it before, you're going to be like rolling your eyes. Like, oh, here we go again with the same old pattern. Anyway, you fold over one side. It's kind of pretty so far. The red on blue, it's kind of crazy. Fold over this side. Okay. Right, and then you just cross these. Man, gotta get all these water bottles out of the way. They're like bumping all over the place. Throw that over there. And throw that bottle of pillows over there. It's got to have our medicines when we get a little bit too stressed. So, okay, now I'm gonna start making these guys go around each other. Sorry, if I jump out of camera, it's because the wire's hitting everything and I'm just getting frustrated. All right. So what do we call this? The Burgundy wire. This is like, I think they use this Burgundy wire for Burgundy jumping. Anyway, so we got a nice swirl going on. We can keep going around and around, but we want to leave some stone showing at least, you know, at least a little bit. So we'll come up, bring the wires together, and we'll come up, we'll do one loop. What's that called? A bend or something. Whoops, we had to pause for a second for station identification. This is WWWN, World Wire Wrapping Network, and we're pleased to have you on here. Now, as I was saying, we take this guy here, and I kind of don't like where this swirl is. I feel like it needs to be a little further down, so it'll muscle it down towards the base there, and that gives us more room here. Now we're going to smush this. I was going to have one curve come up, but I think I want to make it two curves. So I'm going to pull it out of, okay. So bend that other curve. Now see, that's not a pretty curve. It's too wide. You got to smush it. Sometimes after you make a curve, you got to smush it in, smush it again. There you go. Now that is some prettier curves. I've seen some curves in my day, and those curves. Oh, let me just stop while I'm ahead. Anyway, so I'm going to come up here. Oop, that curve is losing its prettiness. Let's make it pretty again. Smush it in there. Oh, yes. That's a pretty curve. Now we're going to come up here and wrap that, scarf that once right there. Okay. All right. Looking pretty. Looking pretty. And just move that. All right. It's looking good. I think we can stop now. That's pretty much it's a necklace. That's good. But we have all this extra wire left. Gotta do something. Gotta teach you guys some new stuff. Let me do what I always do. I'll just make something up. Pretend I know something I don't. So come around here. And, ooh, you know, we could make this double-sided. We could put a design on this side so it could flip around and you could wear it for, like, you know, business on this side, party in the back. Yep. We could do that. I think we'll do that. That'll make it simple. So we'll do some of, what we're going to do on this side. Do something a little different. Just take one strand, give it a little something, a little bendy back and forth. Remember, smush those curves in to make them really yummy curves. Oh, yeah. And we'll do a little loop. Loop-de-loop. Come around, pressing tight against the stone, keeping everything just the way we want it. Oh, the curve is coming undone. You gotta shove it back. And you gotta hold it tight so you can, if you want to make your, there you go, make your curve a little, your loop a little smaller. I'll come right here. I have no idea what I'm doing. What am I doing here? What am I going to do with this side? I don't know. I'm just bring it around like that. What is that? I'm not making any sense now. Just cross them? I don't know. This might be one of the late night wire wraps. It just turns out where you're actually going to discover how much alcohol I've been intaking before turning on the camera. You're going to be like, oh lordy, look what he done to himself this time. Well, that is kind of different. Oh, I'm making my swirl right there. Guess that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing now, huh, Ma? I feel like that's what they used to say in the old-timey TV shows. Everybody called themselves Ma and Pa. And ain't that what they doing, Ma? All right, so I scarfed once around there. So that's all secure. That's a cool design, and that's a different design. Now what do we do? What do we do? You can go around the periphery some more, because that's kind of, so I'll scarf this guy up too. That kind of makes it look better, yeah. And go around, make it thicker around that edge that goes around the stone, right? That's an idea. Or is that just a waste of wire? Because that's not really adding anything at this point. What do we do? We have all this wire left. We have about 7 inches 2 times. Should we just end it? What do we do? And I'm going to pause it right now. Why don't you guys just write to me, and I'll wait for the mail to come tell me what to do next. Yeah, I'm gonna finish the scarf up here. I'm gonna give him a nice pretty scarf, lots of layers, and I'll leave that wire, try to figure out what to do next. Let's do it. This guy, we will come up across here, and he's already got a good scarf. So we'll just anchor it. We'll just, go around one more time to anchor it, right? Maybe one more time this way. Yeah. Okay. Now what do we do? Everybody's screaming at the camera. Just quit while you're ahead, Mr. Wire Wrapper. Mr. Late Night Wire Wrapper. Just quit. You're doing good. Ooh, I just thought of something. We can edge it. But instead of edging it flat against the stone, we'll have it sticking out loose. So it's kind of like floaty, like it's a little satellite. That's kind of fun. It's different. Let's come around again. Oh, that scarf is going to be really bulky, but that's okay. Let's pretend it's winter time. Winter's coming. This guy's, it's kind of fun. Yeah, do that. Okay. Now we have very little wire left, and just enough to make a cute little swirl to end it. So we make our loop, and you gotta be careful when you make these swirls. That's how I do it. There's probably a better way. You make a loop and then I pinch it. You gotta be careful not to slip, or you'll scratch that red coating off, which is probably a good thing, because this red coating is so unnatural. It looks like the wire got high on psychedelics. Looks like the wire was taking some party drugs that are not necessarily legal in this particular state. Anyway, I'm gonna bend it down. There we go. It's a cute little extra little swirly swirl right there. And then we'll do another one right here. Let's go grab the wire. Well, I'm glad that you guys stuck around if you're still here. This video has been 10% goofing off and 90% yammering, but through it all, I think we can, whoa, look, that popped right off. I knew that wasn't anchored too good. I was trying to like rush it. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut this last swirl out because he needs to be anchored better. So we're gonna have to unswirl him. Take our cutters for the first time. I have to push that down, and we're just gonna have to cut that off and bring it around this sort of way, and just really, oh, I almost cut off too much, and we're just gonna shove it right in the bowl we made, and that will make, that way it's anchored better. Ooh, and that loop almost disappeared. Well, I guess this might be the place where we actually add the jump rings. Although, nah, there's enough loop there. We can shove that down and make that loop reappear. Anyway, this is a bit junky, messy, but it's kind of fun. And I know it with the right party dress, with the right crazy outfit, this could be a really fun piece. Now, you're gonna be hard pressed to find jump rings in this particular, oops, well, that's the end of it. Hold on, let me find it. In this burgundy color. So we're gonna have to take a little bit more of it and make our own jump rings, which is always fun. Just gonna take some of this here. Try to find yourself a real skinny pen, but a paintbrush is even better because you can get real skinny. You don't want to make them jump rings too big. And then you just cut off about, I don't know, about like as much as you want for as many jump rings as you want. This is about 4 inches, but you just wrap it around there. Try to wrap them real tight, make them the same. And then slide it off and get your fingernails in there if you have fingernails. If you don't have fingernails, you can rent them at your local fingernail rental center. And then this part sticking out, we're going to cut off the part that wasn't rounded. And get a little snip and then put it in the same spot. Try to cut each one the same, so they're about the same size. There we go. I got about 4 good ones out of there. And that should be good to attach to. I'm going to try to get them in here. You know, I think I only have room for 3, but that should be plenty. It's a good 18 gauge. If it was 16 gauge, we'd probably only need 1 or 2, but it's always good. Someone was saying they're having trouble opening and closing their jump rings in one comment, and I could tell you the key to that is, here, let me show you right now. See, this is not a good jump ring because this is made of copper. The jump rings you buy in the store are going to be better because they're going to be made of a stronger base metal. But I'm trying to get the camera to focus. What you want to do is, all right, when you're trying to close it, you see that little bright copper spot. That's because it's copper underneath this red. So this isn't the best example to show you. This is all I got here right now. So what you want to do, and you're opening it, then you go to close it, and there might be a little slit left. And someone was saying that other pieces fall out. Well, when you open it, try to overshoot. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. Come on, camera. You're not that retarded. Come on, camera. You can do it. There we go. So, okay, so you're right there, right? Push them together to overshoot. And then try to wiggle them out, wiggle them out, wiggle them out until they pop like that. And that will usually seal it off good. But the best advice I can say if you're having a lot of trouble and you want to make some jewelry right now, your jump rings, you can't get them closed all the way, just double them up. If something has double, triple the jump rings, it's a very small chance that all 3 of those jump rings are going to come undone, you know. So there we go. This is our beautiful piece. We'll find a nice, we're not going to be able to find chain in that burgundy color, but maybe we'll put it on a nice black cord. And that will look good. So we got our one side, we got our party side, and then we got our business side. Well, it's kind of cute how these guys fan out like that, even though they're not going to do that. And they're actually on the cord probably, but that's okay. Let's give it a good ending. Come on, get over here. Whatever. This has been another edition of Late Night Wire Wrap. I hope you all had fun. Sorry I dragged out this very simple piece into a full 18 minutes, almost 19, but you all have a wonderful night's sleep, and hopefully we can meet again. And I'll be better prepared with some more interesting wire and better stones. Y'all have a good night. I'm just pausing a little longer so I can add those little things where you can click on the other videos. I'm going to add them later. Good night, y'all.